Yeah, how we are alive. Just it. Then you look for background music. So you need to play the background. We talk on all the
An excellent Tuesday morning to you all viewers from across the globe. This is Bystanders at the Lead Stand. My name is Colade Larry, and I thank you so much for always staying with us. Yesterday was Mr. David Sunday Okafor's birthday. We wish him a happy birthday in arrears. And we have done one or two things to make sure that he celebrates his birthday with him. We couldn't do that yesterday, but today I'm sure that his birthday will be celebrated amongst the reviewers this morning. Yes, cut it.
If I cut it, oh yeah, go on. It will not be monetized. So I want to see this one. It's just the audio. Why do we forget things like that? These people are even phone. None of them even say the mic is not working. None of them even say the mic is not working.
At this part of the comments.
Yes. Alright, let's go.
Now we go now.
Yes.
Yes, sorry for that breaking transmission. I welcome you to Bystanders at the New Stand this morning. My name is Claudia Larry. It's an excellent Tuesday, and we know that a lot of us have been expecting us to start. I want to use this opportunity to say happy birthday in arrears to Mr. David Sunday Okafor. understanding, long life, and prosperity. Today we have all our newspaper headlines ready, and I'd like to start with the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. The major headlines in the Daily Trust newspaper this morning says terrorists kill 5 soldiers, any villagers in Katsina, raise houses, military silence. That's the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. And then there's a short headline there that says mega party talks surface as Obi visits Atiku Lamido's federal government plans productivity-based wage system for workers. Make FIRS include non-ordinary in December. That's happening. Tariff hike. Labour insists on reversal. Ticket rep. This goes that will be all for the daily constitution. And go straight to the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian newspaper's major headlines. Mr. Restore take off your new telephony licenses in one state. You can get that on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. NLC TUC gets Francisco's offices nationwide. And also on the opposition, 2027 opposition party leaders to meet over mega party. That's the Guardian newspaper this morning. 265 local vessels registered abroad as Nigerians lag in registry digitalization. That's the Guardian newspaper this morning. Before we go, also look at Mubara vows to probe Wike orders panel of inquiry. Mubara plans to probe vows to Wike orders panel of inquiry. That's in the Guardian newspaper this morning. I'll go to the Nation newspaper. The major headline in the Nation newspaper this morning says Federal Executive Council adopts CNG-powered vehicles for ministries, agencies. Federal Executive Council adopts CNG-powered vehicles for ministries, agencies. Federal government targets less use of petrol to stem rising costs of living and boost economy. That's in the Nation paper. Yes, also the Nation talks about Ubara to raise panel on cricket level. Senator Ward plan is witch hunt, diversionary. Governor inaugurates commission screamed by 3 lawmakers. Yes, that's for the Nation newspaper this morning. Federal government convenes meeting as Labour threatens indefinite strike. Federal government to address Labour protest from next week. Black yes, this goes to the Atiku will be initiate alliance talks ahead of 2027 polls. Atiku will initiate alliance talks ahead of 2027 polls. EFCC indicts America brother in new 19 billion naira. That's the all for the Nation. I'll go to Nigerian News Direct. The inflation, CBN will tackle interest rates to retain foreign investment. That's according to the CBN governor. Labour shortages office nationwide demand the backup of electricity that will be high. Activity installation at Adeleke vowed to transform Osun rural areas into city. So that's why Ademola Adeleke birthday and also the so in the new year saying a vow to sector privatization, federal government what policy mistake that according to Labour insists on reversal of tariff hike, says increase unacceptable. Ask federal government to reverse privatization, recover access from investors, paralyzes business activities at disco, leg offices nationwide. Federal government promises to go back to the drawing board, come up with a solution that's given in the Daily Independent newspaper. And the Daily Independent newspaper also talks about the firepower of Joe Wickens administration. Assembly confirms that Boko Goroma was conditional that independent. I'll go to this Nigeria. The news says Tinubu mandate NDA to procure CNG powered vehicles. New telegram. Federal government pushing more Nigerians into poverty, setting businesses. That's according to the Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress. Then I got to the platform Times finally this morning. It says Ogoni to give federal government 7 days ultimatum to remove 80 billion naira failed demands resumption of oil exploration. That's just Ogoni to federal government 7 days ultimatum to remove 80 billion naira failed cleanup contract demands resumption of oil exploration. So I have my first reviewer. I hope you heard from my lawyer because you accused me of okay, Mr. David, you're welcome to buy some. Tuesday morning. Somebody has said
Big man.
When negative energy begins to fill the air. It's been going around. It's been going around. Yes, no, they have been saying God bless America. No. Not when. Is everybody in America that is enjoying it? I am not saying, but at least I enjoy it. So that is it. So that should be the issue. But yeah, many of what is the issue of Nigerians enjoying? And then what is the issue of who are not enjoying? That was why I told the television that we are demarketing Nigeria. Wherever you are, come down to Nigeria and live. And then approach the government. If you sleep inside it, 3 days, no life. Nobody will tell you. Come to the stand and then speak against government policies. Mr. Kadesh, we don't hate Nigeria. Nobody hates our country.
We don't hate our country. We hate the leaders piloting the affairs of. Sorry, we dislike the leaders piloting the affairs of the country. I don't hate Nigeria. I have no place to go. Even if today I travel anywhere, I will still come back to Nigeria.
Okay.
Nigeria is my home.
Nigeria is
But we have bad leaders who are bent on impoverishing the average man on the street, who don't have clue on how to manage the resources, who are bent on looting. And that is why for some years I stopped praying for leaders, because I know that prayer is a waste of time. I cannot go to church and pray for leaders who are in return will loot the commonwealth of people, and then at the long run I will not pay the heavy price. I'll be suffering. So what is the need of me praying for someone that tends to kill me? How I survive, government does not know. How I live, government does not know. My name is not even in government database.
Thank you very much. Let's look at the topic of the day.
Now you asking that one.
Now me asking that one.
No problem,
and if I leave you on that one, you can be on that one till I cannot come.
That's what I say, Mr. Kadesh. Yes, Mr. Kadesh. Mr. Kadesh.
Yes.
People who are abroad, someone told me that majority of them don't like the kind of life they are living abroad. That someone called me on this platform and said, David, he's tired of living abroad. That's it, he wants to come back to Nigeria, but he's scared of poverty.
Good morning, sir.
He said he's scared. Today he go come, light no day. Tomorrow bandit. Okay, now fuel no day. Different stations, different fuel stations are selling at different prices. And tomorrow someone will say we should not hold President Bola Ahmed Tinubu accountable. Who should I hold accountable? Now common sense with this thing now.
Nobody will ever say we should not hold President Bola Ahmed Tinubu accountable.
On this platform, Mr. Kadesh.
Because he's the president of Nigeria and we have to hold him accountable for everything.
Some person will say we don't hold Tinubu accountable on this platform. They will say that.
We will hold him accountable for everything.
Fuel now, Mobi sells for 700, and then this one sells 720. Different prices.
Different prices everywhere.
There's no uniformity, and that is how to govern a country. I don't hate Tinubu. His style of governance is what I dislike.
It's what you do.
I don't hate anybody.
You think his policies are too tough for Nigeria? I
think a man that supported Tinubu, I know him very well. Really one can testify to it. A black man came to run the super stand, and then he was telling Willy Wonder. Willy Wonder said by 2027 he will vote Tinubu again, so that let the suffering continue. The man said
vote Tinubu again.
Willy Wonder said that.
Why?
He said so that Nigerians would have sense. 2027. So the man was not saying no. But Willy Wonder said, why did you vote him in the first place? The man said he thought he would do well.
Okay, let's go ahead. Ogoni youths have dared the federal government that the 80 billion naira cleanup contract must be revoked.
A contract that has been signed, that has been implemented, this was contract that was initiated via the past administration. Some persons at the long run will float that directive, knowing fully well that nothing will happen to them.
Why?
Enough of all this nonsense. Now one person has pocketed about 80 billion. No job done. People in which the oil spillage is killing them in their land. No compensation for those people there. Government it is always an avenue when there's any government contract. It is always an avenue to enrich one stupid politician.
The youths have threatened to resume oil exploration.
That is the best thing for them. Yes, because how can they see? That is why we say that when we have people who are not credible, President Muhammadu Buhari was just too docile. He doesn't have that charisma to become what a leader has. You gave a directive. Why don't you follow up with that directive? That is this project done? We know you cannot be everywhere, but there are some major projects that need to be supervised by you. You are the president. Now you've left office. Now you cannot. The person you gave the contract to, all the money to, cannot account for anything now. Over some years now, 80 billion has gone down the drain, and nobody is saying tomorrow now the Ogoni youth will take Tinubu to court. Tinubu will pay another money for the Ogoni. Obasanjo paid for Ogoni clean up. Nothing was done.
Do you think this government?
Jonathan, Jonathan, what is even happened to that Ogoni clean up set?
Maybe their leaders. Do you not think that their leaders have something to say?
Whosoever that is in charge of that Ogoni should be called out. You cannot start wasting our commonwealth just for personal projects that should have been done and dusted. Nigeria is facing a whole lot. We cannot, at this trying time, Nigeria cannot afford to start reaching out money unnecessarily. There's no money in circulation.
There's no money that can just be thrown around.
Yes, sir. Give it to one particular people just put off clean up.
Do you think this?
Let those who were in charge of that clean up, let them be probed. That is it.
Do you think this
for Ogoni youth
wants to check into the misdoings of the past government?
Which government?
This Bola Tinubu led government.
Do we have government? A government that said I will continue from where I stopped. For where we stopped, that one a government. The day I knew that Tinubu would not perform well, I told them, let them come back to Nigeria. If you know say Nigeria good, you come back to Nigeria. Come stay for Nigeria, live for Nigeria. Under 2 days, if you don't stay for Tinubu, make I take us out.
Under 2 days?
Under 2 days, no, yes now.
No, you will still have a lot of money. You will still have dollars to spend. Maybe under 1 month. Under 2 days. No, that's
which one be under?
You will still have dollars to spend.
Sir, under 2 days, you will see something to speak about the government. So what I'm saying is that when Bola Tinubu came on board, he said what? He said he will reduce the purchasing power. A president that has clue about the economy. No president should ever think of reducing our purchasing power. Because what is purchasing power? These are the small scale business enterprises. These are the major economy of Nigeria. And now he said he will widen the tax net. And then now you see taxation very soon now. Because they pay for your chain. The chain you are putting on.
They will be taxed.
Yes.
I will remove it.
I
wasn't born with it. I will remove it.
So that is how you know a government. And one thing, I am not against this taxation. But one thing is that Obi said something. Obi said, these people you are taxing, are you improving their standard of living?
Okay, we are coming to that. Federal government, Federal Executive Council adopts CNG powered vehicles for ministries and agencies.
You see,
why is it coming now?
Tinubu has goofed again. The same CNG he promised ordinary man on the streets. What he said that if subsidy is being removed, CNG buses will be rolled out to commuters. You see, I don't hate Tinubu. Tinubu will say something and then act differently. The same when subsidy was removed, he said mass transit buses will be stationed in every strategic junctions that will convey people to their places, to their different place of work. But now, subsidy has been removed. Now, the federal mass transit buses is nowhere to be found. The CNG bus, he promised us that will be given that commuters will pay for it. Commuters will apply, and then along the line we'll get it. Now, what is happening? It's not giving it. It is not giving it to the ministers and the directors in government. So Nigerians.
Okay, well lost.
So now as Nigerians should Nigerians should bear whatever consequences, whatever hardship that comes their way. Why?
That should bear it.
That's what Tinubu meant, because the CNG bus he launched was for the masses, was for the ordinary man on the street. Now why is he giving it to the palm sex and the MDDS and government offices? We cannot continue like this. President Tinubu need to know that this is not Lagos, whereby people will not checkmate him. We will speak.
I know.
We must speak. Look at, do you know this fuel crisis is, I am paying through my nose today. For me to go to Ikeja, I pay 600 naira. There used to be 100 naira before. I'm paying triple of it. And now someone will come here and say, why am I castigating Tinubu? I'm a person, allow me enter Lamu, I swear down.
Thank you very much.
We never finish now, Mr. Kadesh. How they do?
We still have a lot of people on ground.
Mr. Kadesh,
Okay, let's look at.
Are you being paid not to allow me speak on this platform?
You have been speaking. Have I held your mouth?
CNN, are you working for Bayo or Onanuga?
Who is Bayo Onanuga?
You don't know him?
I don't know him.
Are you?
I only know my daddy.
Who is your daddy?
Hey, good morning, Kadesh.
Thank you, Mr.
Tundo Okafor. Happy birthday to Tundo Okafor.
In areas.
Yeah, in areas.
Long life, more money to your account.
Yes.
Prosperity.
We are celebrating Tundo Okafor. I think maybe he's 75 or 85.
Ah!
No.
He's not up
He's
to.
young.
He's younger.
He's 30.
I'm wishing him well. I'm wishing him well. And you see one thing, he made us happy, only that it violates YouTube law. If we start doing what he has given us to Galvete, we cannot do that.
Alcohol.
We cannot do that on camera. We cannot drink malt, alcohol, or coke on camera because it violates their rules. We would have just been, celebrating him with something. She understand? So, happy birthday, my Oga Chukwebuka Tunda Okafor. Every name. It augurs well. I believe the guy is from Oka, but he's born in the southwestern Nigeria. He went to school in Lagos here. So that's why you have that two names. But there's nothing wrong with somebody bearing two names. You know what? Provided those names are good.
Yes, and it has meaning.
It has meaning. Like
yes.
The Yoruba parents that gave their children Ngozi Chukwuka. Ngozi Chukwuka. I'm telling
you this
Ngozi Chukwuka. And
my uncle Fete Praise.
Yes, man. And he looks so strange.
And he's Yoruba.
Yeah, it's Yoruba.
Right,
because
left, and
the
center.
man said the name is so good that God's blessing is the highest. He said it has meaning. That's why he gives such name to, his child. Yes. So that's it. Happy birthday, my brother, and we are celebrating you in collaboration with what happened 2-3 days ago on Sunday, Mother's Day. You send something, you say, we will be happy. Thank you, my Oga, Tundo Okafor. Thank you, my Oga, Engineer Doctor Hope Iyamu, Akimola Supo, Odunlade Taiwo, Odunlade Lawal, all of you guys are wonderful. Austin, Ubaja, Amuche, Modesty, Clara, Mami Nkechi, all of you guys are wonderful because we are here, you are happy with us and you are making us happy as well for viewing. There are many of them, but I cannot remember.
We cannot begin to. If we begin to count it now, we will wait till next year before we finish counting.
My brother is even watching from Australia, Ifejika, from the same town.
And
Australia is too far.
Obiroy.
Obiril, our man. We dey throw away salute to all of una. If we not remember una name, make una no vex. But Professor O.J. Okwade, the High Chief, I'm remembering you. I'm remembering all of you that are so wonderful, making us happy here. We are happy to give you the updates across Nigerian country. You can't get it from Punch. You can't get it from all those newspapers because, let me tell you, journalists over there, they have been compromised. You can't watch it on the national televisions, local televisions. They can't come out to say the truth because if they talk, Nigerian dictatorship will go after them. A dictator. No, it's dictator now. They will ban them. But we are saying it because we are expressing ourselves, our own free opinion. I pine every day what I believe. That is opinionable or pineable.
Yes, thank you very much. Sorry, I have to strain my eyes to look into this phone because it's not my phone, basically.
Your phone spoiled. Your phone spoiled. I called you yesterday for where, and we should have communicated well.
Yes,
because of this birthday of a thing, and it made me.
It just went
something.
blank yesterday night.
Sorry, because I would have tell you that this is what we are going to do for Tundo Okafo. This is what we are going to do this morning, but I couldn't get you. I believe your phone, you will get it very soon.
I'll get it. Thank you very much. Yes, let's look at Ogoni youths. Under Buhari, an 80 billion naira contract was given. So that 80 billion for the cleanup. And that has not been done.
Ogoniland, yes,
and that
I'm aware of that
the
contract.
youths are now saying federal government should revoke this contract because it has failed. Nothing has been done.
Do you know what happened? That was the beginning of Buhari administration in 2015. Have you forgotten?
Yes.
When they said that they don't want to set their eyes on Buhari, then do you know who went? Tell me who went. Ochibanjo was sent to placate the youths. To placate them. Ochibanjo went there, he solicited for the youth, he promised them heavens and the earth. And that was where this Ogoniland cleansing, the oil spill in Ogoniland, the cleansing was, according to the valuers, 80 billion naira. And today, there is a speculation that nothing has been done since. Where did that money go? Does it mean it has not been signed or paid? Where is the 80 billion gone? Does it mean Baba Edwin Clark and so on and so forth, all those chiefs in Ogoniland, in Ejoland, in Niger Delta, have they swallowed the money, 80 billion, or another elephant, or python, or monkey has carried the money and run away? Because see, let me tell you, what is going on in the southern Nigeria is there are many things wrong with the local chiefs. The so-called chiefs that are colluding with Nigerian politicians, leaders, to what? Seize most of the projects, funds coming to southern Nigeria, those oil-producing states in the Niger Delta, to placate the youths, to do many good things, at least bring social infrastructures to those communities from where the oil is coming from. Then these local chiefs, I have their names here. I'm telling you the truth. The reason why Kensaro Wiwa was killed was because of these very wicked chiefs in Ogoniland, in Niger Delta area. Saro Wiwa led the youth. Have you heard about Ogoni 6? Have you Ogoni 10 or 8? Now chiefs that were killed were represented by numbers.
Yes.
Ogoni 6. Then Abacha played the role that shocked the whole world. That guy he killed, I mean Saro Wiwa was an environmentalist, a writer, a poet.
It was the one who wrote Bassi and Company.
Thank you, Bassi and Company. People were begging, America, begging, Britain, begging Western Europe, everybody, because they know that guy, he won an award in 1994. That was 93, 94, during the exit of Ibrahim Babangida. Then later, some years later, or earlier, or before, later, Abacha came out with his most atrocious ever behavior in Nigerian politics. Serewa was condemned. People begged him. I think it should be January 1996. Abacha beheaded Kensaro Wiwa, his best friend. Kensaro Wiwa could not believe it that Abacha could have done such. Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Who is in charge? Who are these chiefs? Who are these people that are mobbing up all the projects coming to that region?
So you believe that the federal government that time gave the money out?
They gave the money out.
And the chiefs, the local chiefs, are the ones sitting.
The politicians in the Niger Delta, all of them named them. Not only the local chiefs, they collude with the politicians in the south.
The youths have now said they will go back to oil exploration.
I'm telling you what is going on. The land, their farmland, no fishing anymore, no farming anymore because of oil spill. Pollution everywhere in the land of Ogoni, not only Ogoni, talk about Bonny Island, talk about Ikwere, talk about Igbocha, all the area, district, everywhere, Ohaji Agbama, that one is in Imo State, everywhere, oil spill. And there's nothing like fishing anymore. You don't go fishing now. What are you going to fish?
Why do you think all these communities...
Pollution has killed all the...
Why do you think all these communities that have natural resources, like when we look at the Iva mining coal, in Enugu, all those places that there are natural resources that Nigeria benefits from, why do people faced natural disaster there, and the government have not been able to do something.
That is like a lackadaisical attitude of Nigerian government. It does not start today. It did not start yesterday. It is a norm in Nigeria to neglect any region from where natural endowment or resources are coming from. And the day these regions, all the 30 states are enjoying the resources in terms of fund, allocation, from what? Accruing, A-C-R-U-I-N-G. Some people say I explain a lot. It's because I speak a lot. I'm telling you. From those regions. And they're paying the whole governors, the whole state's allocation. Yet, nothing is being done for them in those regions. Take Bayelsa, for example. The kind of oil that is coming from that region almost equates Akwa Ibom. Yet, Bayelsa remains the most neglected state of the Federation. Nothing is there. Nothing. It's only white sand. It's only oyster, periwinkles, Assam soup. Assam soup. Oil. All those companies from Britain, from Elf, is from France. Their headquarters are in Abuja. They employ people, they don't want to know whether you are from Bayelsa or not. It doesn't concern them. Family, their headquarters is in Lagos State here. They employ people here in this region. They don't want to know whether you come from Bayelsa or not. It doesn't concern them. But this is where the natural, these communities, these states are where the natural resources are coming from. And you use the money to pay the whole state's allocation. I don't know what to understand. They are neglected. It's a culture, it's a tradition in Nigeria. May I shock you that all the mineral resources, precious stones in the north, has never been accounted in the history of. Nobody is giving history of that. Those precious stones, uranium, californium, all lithium, the one they discovered at Sambisa Forest, all those stones, minerals, nobody is accounting for it in Nigeria. Why? It is only Britain, it is only foreigners from Middle East that are buying the locals. They are the local chief and the emirs, and they are trading on these precious stones. We don't know about it. Lagos State doesn't know about it. River State, that is paying the salary of all the Kanu public office workers, River State, I'm telling you. The kind of percentage that is going to North, only Kanu State alone, triple that of River State from where the resources are coming from. Why is it that Zamfara gold has not been accounted for? Lithium, californium, brablanium from what do you call Sambisa Forest? They mine it. The emirs.
Okay.
The mercenaries from Middle East.
Let's look at some
people
of
from Iran.
Let's look at some of that.
Diamond mercenaries. These mercenaries.
Let's look at
they are
some
getting away our resources from the north. And if this is a continuation of what? Colonization, they should tell us, or they call it neo-colonization.
Okay, Fubara vows to probe Wike's administration.
That's very good. For 8 years, he vowed he's going to follow it up, and he's going to make sure that Wike's profile is going to the mud. He will bring Wike down. See, let me tell you. Wike said he made Fubara governor, and now it begins to look as if we are not in a democratic setup anymore. Because I know is that when you made somebody, it means I appointed you. Let's use the word appointment. But this made, it makes me to vomit. Why? They voted Fubara. Even though they did not vote Fubara, you rig election for Fubara and rig out the Labour Party. Now you are telling the people that this is your choice. This is the right man you want. Fubara is the right man. Okay, today now, it has happened. Wind has blown. And the yacht of the little chicken has been revealed or exposed. Why is Wike ranting like this? You can't make a man a governor now. And now, the chief executive officer of that state, CEO of River State, is Fubara. The security, the man that is in charge of security, Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of River State, is Fubara. It's not Wike. Are you listening? So which is why anytime Wike sets his foot on River State soil, Fubara is going to arrest him. Why? Is Wike untouchable?
He's not untouchable.
Or guy, he goes to toilet. I go to toilet. Wike spits. Fubara spits. Wike eats. I eat. You eat. We are all human beings. Who the hell does he think he is?
Okay, now let's look at it like this.
Oh, yeah?
So assuming Wike and Fubara never had issues, that means Fubara will have covered every atrocities
That's a very good question, but he says he's going to probe him for 8 years.
If
But
there
I
have been
like
no-
the question.
if there
I
have
like
been no
what he said.
issues, yes.
I like what he said. He said, had it been they are not having rift,
Yes.
Fubara would have covered up all the cheats, all the mess, we don't mess in the past. Fubara for go don't cover up,
Yes.
you know, go bring them out. That's a good question. That will tell you the level of impunity going on in Nigerian government. It's not because they are fighting. It's not because they are fighting. That's why Fubara is telling us this. But if there is no misunderstanding between the two, they will hide it up. Okay, let me tell you. The winner of Rivers State gubernatorial election, everybody knows is level. But you see, there are ways God used to do his things. Now, Wike putted his brother out, his party, Labour Party out. He even went far. Okay, many people died during that election. Do you remember those youth coppers?
Yeah.
They wasted their lives. Who is at the helm? Who committed it? Who did it? We can rig election and make sure that Obi's party, Labour, is or during your lifetime. Wike is reaping the apple of discord. He sow in River State. He sow it and he's ripping it up. See, let me tell you, Fubara, I don't think he will do it, but I would like him to do it 10 times. No man is an island. Wike must go in for it.
Do you think Fubara fine? Fubara is an executive governor.
Yes.
He has the power. He has the say. He has immunity.
Yes.
Especially as a River State governor.
Yes, go on.
Do you think he has the clout to withstand Wike, who is a national figure?
No. No matter how we can do it, listen and listen. Fubara is ahead him. Okay? Do you know they are not telling you? Let me talk the word. Do you know that there's a little rift between Obiano and Obi? Because Obi found out that Obiano is not was not doing the right thing. You know what Obi did? They started having issues. Before you know it, Indian Anambra rushed 2 of them, made peace for 2 of them, and said, Obi, leave him. Yes, that's how Obi left Obiano. And God can now testify that Obi's good work, the whole world, everybody is singing, Obi, everywhere, Obi Kerenke, Obi performed well. Who is remembering Obiano today? The immediate past. We can never remove the fact that the presiding governor of Rivers State is Fubara. And notwithstanding, no man, nobody, no woman could come and stand between that man and the affairs of Rivers State, Fubara and Rivers State. Nobody can stand in between. Nobody has that kind of immunity again. See, Wike has gone too far. And what I'm telling you now is that when the young chicken foul the air, if he mess or fart, what happens? It will run and shout and fly away. Wike is licking his wound. Conscience is an open wound. It is only the truth that can heal it. Happy birthday to Ndokafo. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Pastor Matthew. You're welcome to Bystanders at the newsstand this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Nice having you.
I must say a very big thank you for having me.
Okay, now let's look at the power sector privatization. The Labour says that's the federal government's worst mistake.
I will respond to it, but let me first of all appreciate Tunde Okafor for his gesture. David Tunde Okafor for his gesture towards the reviewers. Okay, you see this issue of power. Let me tell you that if we get it right, we would have solved 50% of our problem. The reason is not far-fetched. Because if you get it right with power, you will get it right with our production sector. The bane of difficulty in producing in Nigeria is as a result of cost of production. And again, look at artisans, people who learn craft work. Most of them are no longer doing it because of cost of running business, cost of running generator and all that. So for me, I think the government did not handle that privatization well. I will tell you something. When the government tell you cost reflective tariff, there's something wrong with it. Even the new tariff that was increased for Band A customers. You know that when government enter into agreement with GenCos, generation companies, those GenCos, before even establishing the power plant, we tell the government, you are going to take all our power that is being generated. They will enter into agreement to evacuate every power that is being generated. At the end of the day, federal government will not have where to take those power because our system, our network, do not have the taste to evacuate every power that is being generated. And government will not want to come back to force Nigerians to pay for that power they are paying for, which is not being used. It's interesting to know that even under Muhammadu Buhari, a federal minister of power said they inherited generation capacity of 12,000 megawatts. At the time, we were just distributing about 4,000 something megawatts. Up to today, we are not distributing above 5,000 something megawatts. It's just that something is fundamentally wrong. And what is fundamentally wrong is our network system. To improve on it. Now, to answer your question directly, so that I don't digress too much. If the GenCos, when they privatize, the government enter into contractual agreement with these discos. And in the agreement, it behoves on the decision companies to inject money over time to improve on their ability, on their capacity to distribute. But over the years, after privatization, after unbundling the power sector, after these discos have been acquired by private investors, they have failed to inject money into those respective decision companies to give them the capacity to distribute what is being generated. So that is where the government is not up and doing. Because the government has the power, even up to today, to revoke the contract of any decision company that fails to do the needful, that fails to follow the terms of agreement as contained in that contractual agreement where power was privatized and where decision companies were handed over to the respective discos. So for me, it was not, I will not totally agree with the way you put it, that it is a mistake of government to privatize the sector, but the mistake is failure of government to call a spade a spade. Failure of government to tell those discos that you have breached the terms of agreement, we are revoking this contract, or let us see sanctions. Let us see the regulatory body, I'm talking about National Electricity Regulatory Commission, enforce certain things. We haven't seen in the past where all the discos will be charging people arbitrarily. At the point, the government made us understand that without meter, those discos must give meter every household.
Do you know that even those in Band A now are opting for solar-powered electricity?
You know what I'm telling you? The reason is this. I've said it here. Maybe you are not following me.
Yes, I was following you.
No, look at what happened. All these GenCos, they have entered agreement with government that you must evacuate all power we generate before even going into the contract. Government would have signed the agreement, yes, we'll evacuate it. At the end of the day, they will generate. The government, these costs will be rejecting load because they don't have the power, the capacity to distribute it. And government have paid for those loads they are rejecting. Government will now in turn want to spread the cost of what they are paid to consumers. Whereas, if these costs were able to evacuate all the power, it would have gone down and the cost of the power would have been spread among everybody that is benefiting from it, and it will drive down the cost.
Okay, Okay, now let's look at federal government. Federal Executive Council have said they must adopt CNG-powered vehicles from ministries and agencies. Why is it coming now?
You just took that word out of my mouth because for me, I see this government. I've read it. I see it as a deceit because we have done the analysis. Even as at the time they talk about CNG vehicles.
Yes.
I made a research and discovered that if you use CNG buses, you will be reducing 50% of your operational costs. Now the question is why the government tarry up to now before coming up with, and what is the guarantee that even with this new development, we are going to see the CNG, those ministries and agencies acquiring CNG buses? As a way of, because you see, the failure of this government, it cannot be overemphasized. Record that before now, the government said they were going to give 8,000 naira each to the vulnerable for maybe about 3 months or 4 months. Have they done that? Maybe to a good number of small and medium-scale enterprises. Up to today, they have not done it. They promised to give 1 billion each to about 75 companies as a way of galvanizing economic activities and improving our GDP to make us start production in the recess. Why are you not asking what is tying the hand of government? But when they promised to give 70 billion to National Assembly to enhance the working condition of new members, nothing delayed it. It was expressly released. So I think the government is thriving on deceit and propaganda, if you ask me.
Okay, now, when government is saying this now, even governments are not patronizing Nigerian Assembly motors. Because I know since
that is another level of deceit.
Innocent is doing this CNG.
That is another
we
level
are
of
not
deceit.
advertising for Innocent actually.
I understand.
Because even somebody was saying, even when the presidency wanted to buy official vehicles for the wife, for the office of the first lady, they don't patronize Nigerian Assembly cars.
That's another level of deceit, the government. Because if you want to keep the forest, we're talking about scarce forests. You want to keep forests here. Isn't it better you empower an automobile company like Innocent Motor? So that all the money, millions of naira, and that runs into millions of dollars, that federal government, its agencies, parastatals, and all that, both at the state level and federal level, uses to buy vehicle abroad. That forest will be here. If the government is sincere, they are not deceiving anybody. Look at even go to FS session of any bank. It's a challenge, I'm telling you. This one is not difficult. You can walk into any bank as an investigative journalist.
Yes.
You will not see anybody at the FS session.
Where will you see them?
Because,
in there,
because I asked a lady in one of the banks, I will not mention the bank. It's like the policy of government have lessened the job of you people. You are sitting idly, no disturbance. No, they say quick kind lesson, quick kind. We say now work with this one. I'm telling you, it's that bad, and it's a function of government policy. But I know I'm digressing, but let me bring in this. I researched diaspora remittance to Africa. Nigeria accounts for 38%. In 2021 or so, Nigeria diaspora remittance is 17 point something trillion, with exchanges of about 700 naira to a dollar, which is more than our national budget that year. World Bank estimated that our diaspora remittance for 2022 would have been above 17 trillion naira. And now, this government is like using your own gun to shoot yourself in the foot. Because look at the impact diaspora remittance would have made. Discourage Nigerians abroad in diaspora. from sending money here. So for me, I think the government is striving on the seat. That Wike issue.
Yes, pro Wike Fubara vowed that he must probe 8 years of Wike. They've even set up a panel of inquiry.
Let me tell you that the biggest deficiency in Wike's political credential is his inordinate ambition for power. I think the Wike should understand that life is ephemeral in nature. Life is transient. It lasts for a short while. If life itself is ephemeral, then you should know that power is temporary. You have done 8 years. We are not looking into other positions you have held in the past. You still want to be superintendent over the affairs of a state at the detriment of the citizens of the state. So I think the reason you see a footballer getting the support is getting it because people are no longer interested in what happened in Kwara State, where one man, you saw the power of everybody, decided who gets what. The man in Kwara at the point, even the one in Ibadan at the point, was saying he is the chief security officer. And we only have one here in Lagos that have kept on the power in Lagos for more than since 1999. Is that what we should be encouraging? I know people like Tawo Dulade will not agree with me. But this does not make democracy to strive in Nigeria because this is not the best way to practice it, even in Britain. In other places where democracy is practiced. A footballer have said it. He said John will not mature. So I think so if footballer decide to start attacking, it means it's on the winning side. And I will advise Ewike to allow Rivers State to run. Just like Ngelale, the spokesman of the president, said that anyone thinking that Tinubu will take side in this current political crisis is making a mistake. That Tinubu is going to allow the Rivers State governor to govern the state. So for me, I think somebody should tell me that enough is enough. And you are telling me enough is enough too.
Enough is enough.
This is your way of telling me enough is enough.
Let me talk.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Michael, sorry. Anytime I see both of you.
It's not any time. I keep on doing.
Okay,
Michael.
I'm
not Mazi.
I'm not
Mazi.
You are Mazi.
I've not gotten to that level of Mazi. Mazi is a very big title in Igbo land. It's a big title.
It's a big title for a big man like you.
Thank you, viewers. Good morning. I heard somebody celebrating birthday today. Happy birthday to
David Tunde Okafor.
Huh?
David Tunde Okafor.
David Tunde Okafor. Wonderful. David Tunde Okafor. Interesting. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, David Tunde Okafor. You know, God bless him, more blessing. Many happy returns to you. God bless you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Ogoni youths. Everybody wọlé nìyẹn o. Ẹ má ti gbórí wọlé.
Oh, mommy now. Eléyìí, oh, mommy now. Oh, mo eléyìí. Oh, mo. Irọ́ ni. Ọmọlúàbí mi, èmi ni ọmọlúàbí.
Yes, Ogoni youths have vowed to face federal government if they do not revoke that 80 billion naira failed contract that was awarded on cleanup of Ogoniland.
That's a very big setback, you know, on the side of, you know, cleaning the entire Ogoniland. My brother, I thought that exercise has been started years back, and a lot of contract has gone into that project. But unfortunately, we have not seen it, that project being done to the satisfaction of Ogoni people. Instead, they use it as a means, of looting. But unfortunately, at this point in time, now the federal government need to revisit the issue of the environmental issue in Ogoniland and see how they can come up with a better solution or a better way to thoroughly, clean up that environment, because as I'm talking to you now, that environment is hazardous to the people of Ogoniland and its environs. If you have had opportunity to go into the Greeks, honestly, if you come back from the Greeks, you weep for Nigeria. You weep at the level of degradation in those areas. I can remember years back, when I had that experience, about 7 to 8 hours on speedboat from MPA to Baramatu. You see a lot of things. You see a lot of abandoned projects. You see a lot of oil drilling this thing that has been abandoned. You see a lot of a lot of things, spillage everywhere. But that is the way we see it. But unfortunately now, federal government has not been able to look at that direction and conduct a proper cleaning environment exercise in that area. And that is why there's need for the people to stand up, and get the federal government attention, to what is happening on the area of environmental issues they are having. I think it's a good thing, they keep on attracting federal government's attention on the area of the hazardous environment that was caused as a result of oil exploration. That's my take on that.
Okay, now, if this happens and the government do not take any stand, do not take any action, the youth have said they will go back to oil exploration.
Of course, they might decide to go into sabotaging the federal government on exploration. That is one. Two, and that reminds me of somebody like Sarah Weaver, who died as an environmental activist. Still on that matter, on how they were able to get the federal government to clean up the environment there. But up to now, we've not seen, especially federal government taking a decisive decision on how to clean the entire Ogoniland, as a result of the oil spillage and hazard that was caused by massive exploration of oil in that region. So the fact is this: the fact remains that at this point in time, they are calling for the federal government, to revisit all the contracts that has been awarded, and anybody that is found wanting at this particular time, should be called to order, should be brought to book, should be taken to court, and possibly, if there was any kind of fund that has been advanced for such project and it was not done, they should look for a way to recover it. I think federal government should be decisive on this issue, because it is causing a lot of health challenges over there. It is causing a lot of
difficult livelihood.
Yes, the economic life in those areas has virtually gone down, because they don't have majorly these are fishermen. They can no longer do those things. They can no longer fish. They can no longer, engage in economic activities as a result of spillage, recklessly exploration that take place in those areas as at that time.
I asked Manzi Ngwechi when he came here. I asked him that why is it that some of these towns, some of these cities with natural endowments like Iba Valley Coal Mine. Now, Iba Valley Coal Mine, I did a documentary on it sometime in the past. Some of the findings I got was that even their water is not fit to drink. And a lot of things have been done by the federal government, maybe sometimes propaganda, to help the people in these places. But we realize that when it gets to some leaders within the community, it doesn't get to fruition. Why?
Bro, I don't think there is the political will to get it done properly. Let me give you an instance, if they are using the same measure, that money that is meant for a particular project is being siphoned by the locals or by the leaders in that environment, how come they are able to continue to remove oil from those regions without complaining that leaders in those environments, in those areas, are sabotaging the federal government interest in the oil exploration? It's because they have not sat down and decide this is what we want to do. And let it, if it's possible, let the people who are involved in those contracts report directly to the presidency. I think that will save us all this headache. That will save us time.
That will make all these things the government is doing to get to the right.
Yes, now it will make the government to be responsive and be responsible at the same time. Because if you look at this kind of thing, they are always playing, trying to blame that a certain amount of money was allocated for so and so project. At the end of the day, it did not happen. They will start blaming it on the locals. Now, federal government exploration, oil exploration in those areas, how come it is successful? Nobody is sabotaging them. So I think that there should be a kind of innovation. There should be a kind of legislation. That's what we are saying, that restructure Nigeria. Look at the governor of Bayelsa State has started telling the whole world that they can no longer take 30% derivation again.
Yes.
That they need to revisit it. And I think the best time to do it is under Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Restructure Nigeria so that we will not be having these kind of issues. People are dying, possibly. Most of them has no means of having access to good water to drink or even to cook food because of the damage of oil exploration in those areas. And the government feel less concerned. But when it comes to where they're going to dig pipe and extract oil, they don't say, one leader in that community no agree. This leader no agree. The money that is made, they go ahead on daily basis exploring those areas. But when it comes to being responsive, showing leadership the way it's supposed to be to those areas, they will not start telling you, those leaders are responsible, those leaders are responsible. I think we need to sit down and for once get things done properly in a proper way.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's move ahead. Let's look at the Fubara issue where he says he wants to prove 8 years of wicked administration.
Bro, let me tell you, our people say, you know what it means? You see, B, there's always in a tree, there's a place they always cluster.
Yes.
Huh? They don't disturb anybody. But when you go there and try to make a kind of create a kind of disturbance.
Yes, that's what the Yoruba says, that
Good.
Anybody that destroys the bee house, is looking for trouble.
That is what James Hadley just said. He said the humble looking of a lion does not mean that the lion is what? Weak. Maybe John Mbata met Wike, gave him the first political limelight in this country by making him the chairman, local government chairman of Obiakpo local government. Somebody met him. Okay, please understand.
I do.
Somebody single-handedly brought you as the chairman of Obiakpo local government. There's nobody on this earth, even Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot say that somebody made him governor or somebody made him president. Nigerians voted for him.
Yeah.
Not only one person. So Wike cannot come out and saying that he's the one that made this man governor. Even while Tinubu was bringing Sowolu, Fashola, and other people contributed. People voted. So he cannot come and single-handedly and say, Bola Ahmed Tinubu made this man. It's not possible. That is one. Two, to an extent, Fubara has shown patience. Fubara has shown that he is a man of many parts. Fubara has been very, very accommodative to the extent that Tinubu has to intervene, and there was a certain resolution. And that resolution, Fubara, played along that resolution to the extent of accommodating his enemies in his own administration. People who are not loyal to him in his own administration. We can never fulfill anyone. And that is why the spokesman of the presidency is telling them that the president is not going to have anything to do with Wike and Fubara in Rivers State. Because Wike has shown that he's a tyrant. And this guy is not taking, a lot of people are saying that he might likely sabotage what Bola Ahmed is trying to achieve in terms of his administration in Nigeria. See, you can give this man a bad image. You are misbehaving, you are behaving as if, you have the whole world in your pocket. That is not true. It is time for the man to demand his own pounds of flesh. And let me tell you, to tell you that he's a very smart man, he has appointed a new Attorney General.
But legally, is it right for 3 legislative members to do legislative work?
But let me tell you, the Bible said that we are 2 or more. So
that's the Bible.
That's what I'm telling you.
Does the Nigerian Constitution say that?
Let me tell you. When you say I, let me tell you. If you want to say I, we, we is more than what? 2. Anything that's more than 2 can be referred as we.
As we.
So they have every right.
Anything that is more than 1 can be referred to as we.
Good. And thank God they are more than what?
They are more than 2.
You see the angle I'm coming from. So the fact is this, that what Fubara is enjoying today is not political power. It's constitutional power. And he's going to use it at this point in time. And that is what he has said. And he successfully appointed Attorney General. That is one. That is a very big dent on Wike's supposed political structure in Rivers State as it stands now. So the point is this, at this point in time now, that David should be called to order with immediate effect. So let me round up. Fubara should take his stand properly. I know that what the 27 lawmakers are looking at, possibly at the national level, Wike is likely going to control the PDP structure. But let us see how that will play out at the end of the day. But as it stands now, I support, that Fubara take a decisive action, to protect his government and his administration. Even if it means probing Wike, you should go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Kunle.
Good morning.
You're welcome to Bystanders.
Good to be here. Yeah, good to be here again, Mr. Akadesh.
Yes,
we're really happy to.
First and foremost, before you start,
Yeah.
you made an accusation yesterday.
To whom?
And people online have been saying that accusation, you must come with the evidence.
Which evidence?
The evidence that some
Which
people
evidence?
are being paid
to
tarnish the image of this government. That was a very great accusation, and it was so bad.
See, I mentioned nobody's name.
No,
I never accused.
you said
Did
you
I
accused
mention-
people.
What are the people?
And
Did
you
I mention
accused
them?
people.
Under
And we
the
said
law.
we
Can
said
okay, can
you
you sue
should
me?
come.
Can you sue me?
We can sue you for
Oh,
some
yeah,
of
I'm
this.
respecting your lawyer.
You will
Please,
expect my
I'm
lawyer.
respecting
You will
your-
hear from my lawyer today.
Yes, please. I want
But you
to
said
hear.
you will come with evidence.
I say I can. Let me get to court. I will provide the evidence for the court. So what I'm expecting from you people is, let me have your lawyer. Consult your lawyer and let your lawyer sue me. So I'm
Okay,
ready.
You are ready.
That is when they will
So
know.
that's when
I
you
know
will
my
bring
rights.
evidences.
Evidences, yes.
But do you know that on the other side, they are also saying that if they begin to open canker worms, the kind of worms now, a lot of things will touch you too.
Canker worms like how? Which worm? Me, I don't have worm. I don't have anything under my skeleton. The way I am now, the way I am now, they can go and verify about me. I don't have any canker worm. I move freely. I don't hide under any shade. I move freely. I can walk over anywhere.
Yesterday you said people are funding from it. You know this thing was recorded. You can play
yeah,
back for
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You said people are funding some people on our platform from Italy
Yeah.
to discredit the government.
To discredit.
I said
did I
you
mention?
should not,
Did I mention it?
But you mentioned Italy.
Italy.
And you mentioned our platform.
It can be Pablo Escobar. It can be anybody from Italy. I didn't mention it. It can,
But you mentioned our platform.
Your platform I mentioned is for you to be aware of what is going on.
It's because you are lying.
I'm lying.
Yes, there are no evidences. Yes.
I said they should sue me.
No.
They should sue me.
No, when you mention our platform.
Is it from your face that somebody was I mean, is it not all this around the platform they were saying that this one is a mad man?
Did they mention your name?
The government's in power, the guy in power.
Did they mention your name?
Did they mention? I said they should stop that so that they can't be, that won't be.
But you accused our channel yesterday. That's why I said you should come with your evidence.
You said
today.
Mr. Ikopolu is the one that was sued.
That's not. It's not. This is not Mr. Ikopolu. This is Flip TV.
Don't let us
this
go that route.
TV.
Don't let us go
No, that was what
things,
you said.
Because
you gave us wrong accusation yesterday.
That is not supposed to be indulged.
People are sponsoring some people on this our channel to discredit the government. You know them.
You know them more than me.
Okay, let's go ahead.
You know them more than me.
Let's go ahead.
You know them more than me. I have my witnesses. When it's time. When it's time, you will.
But you do not accuse our channel of abhorrence.
I'm not accusing your channel. I'm just spreading my time. You see now, you just took my time off, man, with all this accusation. I don't know.
Okay, so thank you very much. The FEC, Federal Executive Council, have agreed that all CNG motors must be used by ministries and agencies. Why is it coming now?
It's better to come now than never, right? It's better to come now than never. And it's a plus for the economy of the country, so that we'll be less dependent on this petroleum that's that's like a cost to Nigeria. And I can tell you wholeheartedly that the CNG cars will push the effects of this hardship we are facing. It will now take all these people to be lobbying to even call you to come and enter their buses, all these transporters. So I think there must be competitions.
Why didn't it happen in January? Why didn't it happen?
Yeah, I say
is it because the government is thinking they are losing popularity amongst the people? That's why they are trying to look for means to make sure that they part people.
That's what you think, but that's
We're
not the way. It's not, and I cannot read their mind. And what I just know is it's better to come late than never, and it has come now. Let us embrace it. I think that should be a plus for the government in power now. When the CNG came, nobody will be bothering himself about fuel. You know, all this fuel will now be a bit irrelevant to the government. And you see, we have 4 refineries that has never worked for a while. Who are the people that damages this refinery? They are still the party that wants to, they are ganging themselves up to come and give us another destruction in this country again. Because for how many years of this PDP existed that they could not fix refinery. They were just PDP share the money. And I'm not so bothered because the party that cannot build this house, Wabara House was a rented house in Abuja, and they've never even been
Wabara House?
Wabara House, they rented it.
Which one is Wabara House? Wadata Plaza.
Wadata Plaza, yeah.
Okay.
Wadata Plaza is a rented house, right? And they did a fundraising. They embezzled the money. Fundraising to build their own house. So is it a party that cannot build this house, that wants to come and build Nigeria? And I can tell you wholeheartedly, majority of those PDP and they infuse labor too. When you look at, I mean...
No, like you are a supporter of the APC government.
Yes.
Let's forget about what PDP has not done. Let's look at what this APC has failed to do for Nigeria. Okay, now, federal government pushing more Nigerians into poverty, crippling businesses. That's according to Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress. What can you say about that?
Now, I'm still going back. Please, if there's no PDP...
No. Let's look at it.
Don't let... They are talking about that. They are putting blame game on the APC. Let me learn, please. So that it won't be someone is biased.
Okay, this is not APC, basically. This is the
federal government. It is the federal government I'm talking. On federal, nobody should put that blame on federal government. People should blame the blame game on the successive government.
Buhari was the one there before this one.
Before Buhari was there.
Before Buhari was there.
Who was there?
But that's a long time
It
ago.
doesn't, the damages of a long time ago you are looking at is the debris of a long time. Man, I don't know why.
So are we saying
it's
that
like I'm talking Latin.
Nigerians should
It's
not
like I'm
expect
talking Latin.
anything from
The,
this
the
government?
Nigerians should understand
So
that
Nigerians should not expect
all the-
anything from this government.
they will definitely, but they should
So,
be.
but why are we
they
not
should-
going back?
why are you going back? Is there in
You
haste
see,
already?
when
They are in haste.
we do not take
They are in
responsibility for our inactions.
They are in
That's
haste.
like that proverb. When we do not take responsibility for our inactions and blame it on others, we won't move forward.
Okay. Let me now tell you. Flip TV. You came into Flip TV to reorganize this. Is
I
it in
came
a day?
to work.
To work and to reorganize.
Yes.
That is one thing because the organization was a bit down there.
You don't know about it. You
No,
don't know
let me
about it.
let
You
me
don't know about
let me go somewhere.
You don't know
I'm
about
going
it.
somewhere.
You don't know about
You
it.
came in.
Do not use
Is
that
it
as an
is
example.
it a day?
You don't know about
You
it.
say I should not use.
You don't know about
You
it.
see now.
You do not
When
know
I
about
want to say the right
You do not know about
message,
use all that you don't know about. Those are personal
okay,
things.
it's not personal.
We are not public. We are not
I'm
public
just
servants.
using as an example.
Use another example. Please.
You can't expect everything to be upright in
Use
a day.
another example.
You can't expect every debris that was created to be, to be brushed in a day or to be cleared in a day. No man, a superman, a superwoman can never do that in a day. We have the thinking mind now. We need to start thinking out of the box that the damages, the debris of what they've created is what we are clearing, and it takes time to clear the debris. It takes time to clear the debris. So if the government is saying you are saying that it's too late for the government to be doing this, it's never too late because it took us 26 years of democracy and we never get it right. Is it overnight we get it right? Is it overnight we get it right? So to me, I don't just jump into conclusion on issues. I have to go through the issues and let you know that these are the lacuna that we created that make us to be where we are. And we have to wake up to that. It's a collective thing. If you keep staying here on blame game, what is your own contribution?
You are blaming people. You are blaming past government. When past government have gone like almost 10 years ago.
10 years ago?
Past party.
They've
gone like 10 years ago.
But it's still not the same past government.
So what we ask you, basically, what Nigerians are asking you is why is the federal government pushing Nigerians to this problem?
Who are the Nigerians asking me? That is more than who are the Nigerians that is more than
that's what they say.
Who are the
NLC,
Nigerians?
Nigerian Labour Congress, Trade Union
Does
Congress.
NLC still exist?
Thank you very much. It's nice having
Does
you.
NLC still exist?
Kule can never agree for you, you know now.
No. It's very good to be objective.
And I just like you. I like you because you are a real journalist that knows what we're doing. I want to thank gbé wá gbé kíní ẹ wá gbé wá bàbá gbé wá olúlẹ̀.
Something fell. Mr. Kunle has dropped something on my back.
Don't mind Kunle. Sorry, we are just having a comedian. After comedian, we go to the real business. God bless you. I know you are watching. You are laughing. God bless you. Flip TV, number one.
Okay, yes. Ogoni is not far from you.
Yeah, Ogoni is not far from me. Or South. I'm proud of South.
Yes. Let's not talk about Obatokpe said today.
No, we must. That is my tradition.
We will get there.
Oba, help me. Oba Tokpe.
We don't have time because of our.
Go ahead.
Okay, now Ogoni cleanup. The federal government awarded 80 billion some years back during Buhari's regime. The youths in that place are saying they should revoke that contract or there will be trouble.
I think for me, if it is one thing Tinubu do for 4 years, I'll be very happy. First of all, let him just fight corruption. You get me? Fight 8 years of Buhari, go to Jonathan's side, go to Obasanjo's side. If you can do that for 4 years, we are okay. Recover this money. How many billion? 80 billion? And the Ogoni go there, they are complaining. If they have started, I don't think the committee will complain. Say no so. Tinubu should probe. Doesn't mind, just like Fubara, who want to probe Wike now. he should do the same thing. No problem.
Do you think this present government can probe the Buhari government?
If you have the will to do that, you will do it.
Do you
just
think
to give
they
a
have the
EFCC?
will to?
Just to give EFCCs. Order. Nigerians are watching.
On your own, do you think the last government had skeleton in their cupboard?
If Bello can be emulated, Bello. Don't forget Bello is allied to Tinubu. And the whole world are watching. There's nothing wrong taking Buhari.
Okay, so
taking Jonathan.
Fubara wanting to take
Wike.
Wike.
Yes.
Should,
it's okay. So be it. I'll be very happy. It should be. I said if Tinubu can just fight corruption for 4 years, without other things, okay.
Okay, so how is the preparation for the governorship election? Who do you think will shine at the end of the day? Because we have a lot of big wigs. We have the Olumide Akpata, who is a very strong man when it comes to law in Nigeria. And do you not think an Olumide Akpata has the wherewithal, financial muscle to wrestle this seat from the ruling party?
My brother, I'll tell you the truth. You know, I don't like to lie. I can't lie. In those states, we love PDP. PDP dominate that area. Akpata is from Benin. It's our turn, our local. As they say, I can't stop it.
So because
when I told you last week, I said Obi will come to PDP. We are waiting for Obi for PDP. They hold meeting yesterday.
I don't want you to talk
about
that.
No, I'm telling you that I said.
I'm bringing somebody
I know,
to talk
but
about that because of our
that's
time.
why I said PDP, Awalo come. Brother, are you hearing me? Awalo come. Okay, let me talk to the world. Awalo come. It's our turn. Isha Central, Atiru, it's our turn. Whether good or bad, let's have it. So, Edo election, we determine APC.
Why would you say either good or bad?
Let me tell you something. That is what's happening now. Tinubu, good or bad, is there as a president. Go and check the own.
Is it because of this our local syndrome that whether it does well or not, because it must come from your side?
The thing is,
hold
on. Let's go this way. When Buhari become a president, how many not for him? Even the Southwest, but he makes sure all the northern benefits. Is that also? Whether good or bad, the benefits. Now Tinubu is there now. Whether Tinubu is there now, let me tell you, if you are good, if you are sent, once you get to Asura, you change.
Okay, so when this your own person enters now, you don't care whether the whole of Edo State enjoys.
When he come,
you just want your own people to
hold
enjoy.
On. Once you come, you tell him, make sure we are okay in our state.
In your state or in your area?
I'm not talking about pastor in my area. The host, at least, start from where we live.
But do we think that it is this rotation that can help the development? Or somebody who can do it, no matter where the person comes from?
Okay, I want to ask you a question now.
Yes, sir.
Jonathan he said he doesn't have shoes, doesn't have everything. We pity him. He was there. No, really. What happened at the end? They say one kind we Aso Rock. They say one particular thing that only change in Aso Rock. So whether good or bad, Aturu, come. PDP, we are collecting. Come. Let me give you an example. Don't forget, Ali was an initial man. Ambrose Ali. And he did very well. He did very well. That time it was Bende. Both Data and yes, he did very well. Now I am telling you, I need somebody from my side. If somebody from my side is there as a governor, then I have relief just like Tinubu is there now. How many Yoruba vote for Tinubu today? Check all the ministers, check all the security apparatus, check all the MPDC, all of them occupy the whole seat. So what are you telling me?
That's how you think we should continue.
That is it. Nigeria, our local. Edo, our local. Emi local. Bekini ewa. Tinubu said we were laughing.
Thank you very much.
We were laughing, in Ogun State. Bewa, our local. Emi local. Now, he's there as a president and he's doing well for his people. Talele. He said, Talele ito soro like me. Talele ito soro like me. Bekini ewa, and he said it the whole world.
So that's why you are using that.
Bewa, Uromi.
Is it incantation?
I don't know for.
Thank you very much.
Bewa. So don't forget.
Yeah, no problem.
God bless you, Philip TV. I love you. You are watching me. May God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Elu and Olasukomi, also known as Chukwebuka.
Good morning.
Ndewo.
Ndewo. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, there has been an alliance meeting between Atiku, Obi, not an alliance, a meeting for a proposed alliance to form a mega party between Atiku, Obi, Saraki, and others. What can you say about it?
First things first, it was Atiku that tweeted it. So obviously, Atiku invited Peter Obi. Atiku said it was an honor for me to host Peter Obi. So that word HOST means he invited Peter Obi. If it was Peter Obi when they would have said it was an honor to welcome Peter Obi. So why Peter Obi was there, we don't know. But everybody just talking about alliance. Like I've been saying, we are 2024.
Yeah,
And
we have about 2-3 years.
2-3 years. So I don't know why somebody is talking about politics of 2027 when we're 2024, where this country is on the brink of collapse. Where they are asking somebody that where is the refinery that they promised to do, that he kept blaming PDPs. That was how Buhari started. Buhari blamed PDP for 8 years, could not do anything. You can't be blaming them. I saw somebody now talking about the same thing that our local. I spoke about it. You see, thank God David spoke about it this morning when he came. Wednesday, October 2022, it was on Wednesday, I cannot remember the date. Over 21 human beings, they were pointing, very violent people, they were pointing out to my face like this. You're not a Yoruba person, you're a bastard. Tell us where you are from. I'm from Abeokuta, Ogun State, I'm an Yoruba person, I'm from Ake. They said, no, Oshomo Yoruba, because I stood that we should not be doing turn by turn politics. It should be competence, character, capacity, and commitment. Forces. They said no. Sir, out of that 21 people now, 11 has apologized. Vote for one candidate. Listen to me. The case of a Nigerian person, listen, if you have ears, it's like the case of a fowl. You catch a fowl only inside your house. You start removing the feathers of the fowl. That fowl that you are removing the feather, it will keep crying, but it's a live chicken. No matter you remove that feather, that fowl cannot run away. After removing the feather, the fowl is naked, that fowl is in pain. You now leave the fowl to go. It cannot go anywhere. Where you are sitting down, you now put corn. That same fowl that you have humiliated, that you have suffered, will come back to hit that corn that's under your seat. That's the case of Nigeria. Make them poor to the extent that when you give them peanuts for the next election, they are going to vote. Till now, people are still supporting this government. Because of what? Because of peanuts they are collecting. Peter Obi, I said it yesterday, and the Obi said it. If there's any alliance, Peter Obi will not become the vice of anybody. Impossible. Two things. The name of Peter Obi. If you see, let's tell people, according to INEC said Peter Obi is the second and the third. But look at the APC propaganda machine. The federal government, who are they always calling out? Every time it's Obi, Obi, Obi. What does that tell you? Even Bayo Onanuga called Peter Obi, Peter Obi. You understand? So they kept on calling Peter Obi's name every time. It means Peter Obi is a bigger threat.
When we look at the algorithms,
yes.
When we look at the number of people
yes.
that voted for Obi,
yes.
Some people were first-time voters.
Yes.
Some people are people who had lost hope in voting.
God bless.
And
yes.
still came back to vote.
Yes.
And new generation.
Yes.
And they know that the youths are the future
of
Nigeria.
Yes.
So those people, they are still going to be our leaders tomorrow. Maybe that's why you think the APC faces Obi more, because he has a strong following on the future of tomorrow.
So what we are doing in the north, we saw Peter Obi during Ramadan. He was going to breakfast with them. He came to Mokas in something. What we are doing now, we are doing our advocacy, the obedience, that we are speaking to the Hausa people in their language. showing them videos of how they are being manipulated, how tribalism and religion does not matter in politics. You know, when we are speaking, you see, Peter Obi joined Labour Party less than 7 months of the election. Look at the amount of results, the votes that he has. Then you cannot imagine for 4 years preparation and what we are doing, the obedience. Peter Obi cannot be a running mate to anybody as vice. You know why? 2 reasons. The first thing I've always spoken about is that where he comes from, Peter Obi is an Igbo man. The Igbo people are not second-class citizens in their country. They cannot always be the vice to anybody. They deserve to rule. They deserve to be in government. I'm not talking about top-by-top politics. I'm talking about even capacity, competence, and commitment. So where he comes from, they deserve. See, Yoruba man, Obasanjo, 8 years. Yaradua, that man is my best president. Yaradua, I'm so rest in peace. He did 3 years. You know that time of Niger Delta, because someone says South South. South South is just a political name. There's not like South South. I've been saying it. There's no North, there's no West West. So Niger Delta, Jonathan. Then again, Buhari that used this propaganda and everything to become president. Then Tinubu that used Muslim tickets, a Mumu ticket that Nigerians are facing suffering. Muslim Mumu. People are suffering. He's in now. So it will use Eminokon. It's the son of my tribe. Look, even the tribe now they are starting to be power. So now, common sense should be that the president again, the presidency should go to the east, to the people that knows that because they've not become president before and they know how to do business. Someone that can multiply. Peter Obi was a billionaire in dollars before he came to power. He has the house, £1 million in the UK before 1999. That's why I know him. It's not about campaigning. I know who Peter Obi is. I know who he was. Such a man, when he became the governor, he did not fight. See, in Nigeria, there was a governor in one state in Nigeria that a governor was held at a gunpoint by the cabas in the state. Who is that governor? Chris Ngige. It was Peter Obi that dismantled the cabas in Anambra State. That was why people were against him. But it's going to dismantle the cabal in Nigerian politics. This man can do it. That's why till today Peter Obi has no problem with his successor Obiano. He has no business. None of his children are in politics. His wife is not in politics. That means that man is comfortable to be a private citizen. But that's why it's not good to the north to see. People are suffering. Okay, I have something to offer to the people of Nigeria.
Let's look at it from this area. This proposed alliance,
yes,
like Professor Patu Tommy,
yes,
who has called NNPP, SDP to form a mega alliance,
yes,
especially to bring somebody to represent Nigerians, yes, for the 2027 election. And I think this is what Article 2 is trying to do.
Yes, now, yes.
What do you think will be the outcome of this Article Obi talk?
I don't see any outcome because other people, they have this born to rule mentality, and Nigeria is their own. The same other people too, they have this like the egos are our number one enemies. So we can't allow them to attain number one. That's my opinion in Nigeria. So with the obedience, when we saw it by Article 230, the first thing is the first condition, one condition, Peter Obi or nothing. Either Peter Obi is the president, that's our own, that's our stand. So we don't know if Peter Obi is a human being, he can accept vice, that's if he likes. But with the obedience, Peter Obi or nothing.